Welcome back to the channel, fam. Welcome back to the channel. This is Brian, the introverted marketer. It ain't hard to tell, it's simple. Now, I'm doing this video on Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. It probably won't come out today. And I haven't really covered any of the AI platforms, like doing like a long in-depth video on them. But I feel like this platform deserves a video today because as of today, you can create 3-minute tracks on Gemini if you are a paid subscriber, which I am. And I just wanted to show you the capability here. See, here we go to create music. So you see they have a whole bunch of different things that we could do right here. But I'm also going to be plugging a tool that I use to help me come up with lyrics and things for these kind of videos where I want to demonstrate songs instead of just using a simple prompt. The tool I use is called Song AI Farm. So we're going to use Song AI Farm, right? And what we're going to do with Song AI Farm is we're actually going to test out the capabilities of Lyra 3 Pro. I haven't really done a video like this where I kind of like test out the capabilities of something. But Lyra 3 already could create any kind of music that you want. But what we want to do is see if we can use it to create a specific kind of song that we want in the way that we want it. So I'm going to use Song AI Farm to craft something that I want to create. And we'll actually go into Lyra 3 and put in the prompt, put in the information, and we'll hear how it sounds. So stand by, family. I think this is going to be a good one. Simple. Okay, fam. So we have everything here, all our settings. We're going to go ahead and generate these song assets. We're good to go. Now with Lyra 3 Pro, it understands intro, verse, chorus, bridge, and chorus, outro. So it's giving us an exact template of what to put. So we're going to actually do that. I know this doesn't exactly do that. So we're going to remove the verse 1, the pre-chorus, and things like that because it may not understand those functions. So we're just going to test it out. We have our style prompt here. We'll just put that here. I don't expect it to get everything correct because, well, really some of these functions is more suited for something like producer in terms of the prompt, the style prompt. But I'm more so curious about the lyrics. So we want to see what the lyrics look like. And we want to just go in and modify these lyrics, and I'll generate the track and then we'll see how everything sounds, fam. Sample. Okay, fam. So for this first one, I'm actually going to let the song play and we can actually look and see what it actually understands, if it actually gets everything going. You see here, this is the art, and you can actually download the track if you want. And then when you hit download, you can download a video, audio with cover art, which is this, or you could just download the MP3 track. But with that being said, let's play the track and let's see if it adheres to the lyrics and the prompt. Let's go.
Red brake lights bleeding indigo. Another Tuesday story getting old. My shoulders tight, my patience thin, wondering where to even begin. This concrete river stuck in slow. My whole damn world just doesn't wanna go. Dashboard clock is mocking me, tick-tock eternity. This metal box is closing in, where do I even fit in? Oh, I just wanna home, go home. Collapse right on my couch alone. Trading this gridlock for some silence. Trading this heat for pure defiance. Yeah, I just wanna home, go home. This ain't the life I wanna roam. Just stuck here staring at the sun, wishing this day was already done. Past the same billboards, the same old signs, lost in the blur of traffic lines. Radio's playing something I don't hear, just static buzzing in my ear. Imagining the cool dark air, imaginary cool dark air, my sanctuary waiting there. dashboard clock is mocking me. Tick tock eternity. This metal box is closing in. Where do I even fit in? Oh, I just wanna home, go home. Collapse right on my couch alone. Trading this gridlock for some silence. Trading this heat for pure defiance. Yeah, I just wanna home, go home. This ain't the life I wanna roam. Just stuck here staring at the sun, wishing this day was already done. They say it's just a phase of commute blues, but every mile feels like I'm losing clues to who I am when I'm not here. Stuck in this engine's angry cheer, but somewhere past this endless life, a peace of mind is waiting truly mine. I just wanna home, go home, collapse right on my couch alone. Trading this gridlock for some silence, trading this heat for pure defiance. Yeah, I just wanna home, go home. This ain't the life I wanna roam. Just stuck here staring at the sun, wishing this day's already done.
Now, I don't know about you, but I specifically heard the clock ticking of sound effect. Something that when you see with other tools, well, at least in my experience, is adding other effects like sounds and things like that. It doesn't necessarily work all the time. So this is an interesting thing right here. For the most part, it followed everything. It didn't give the guitar solo like I would like, but it's worth noting that maybe playing around with these tags could yield better results. So this is definitely something that's very, very interesting to test and try out. I just wanted to just do this video showing you this amazing update. And it's really ironic that you hear the news about Sora going down and then Google's just like, well, here's what we have. And I am a paid member of Gemini, so I do have the privilege to do this, but I believe for free you can do this in AI Studio. Let me just confirm that. 1 second. Here's the actual video. It's only 30 seconds long, or less than that. So I don't mind actually put it in my video. So let's just actually take a look and see. So that's the official video coming from the Google DeepMind YouTube. And we seen here in this short test that we did that it can pretty much follow the structure. You see that it did put chorus, bridge, chorus, but we tested it out here using the prompt given by Song AI Farm. And for the most part, it was able to track the pre-chorus. So I would say play around with some of these tags and just see how it works out for you. Um, Obviously, there's going to be different genres of music where it's going to be hit or miss. Maybe we'll do another song and just see how it goes. Or maybe we'll try a couple more songs, maybe something rock, country, rap. And I won't play the whole song, but just to test out the studio quality sound so you can kind of like judge for yourself. So give me a second, family, while I go make it happen with Song AI Farm. And then we'll get right back into the video, hearing some tunes. Before I actually do that, I did want to show that I am in AI Studio. And you can see right here, it says new paid Lyria 3 clip preview and Lyria 3 Pro preview. So it is available here if you just click on it. And you can see here, if you use the API key, which means you charge it to you, you'll get access to a higher quota and more features, right? Okay, so when you're using it on the AI Studio, you need to use your Gemini API key. So if you want to access to higher limits and just unlimited, it seems that you got to just use your Gemini API key. So I do want to do that, and then probably in a follow up video, I'll show you how much the tracks actually cost to produce. So I'm probably gonna do a track or two, and maybe I'll do like two or three in AI Studio just to see how much it costs. Can we actually do anything without the API key? I wonder. So no, we can't. So we'll link that API key, and then we're gonna continue testing in Google Gemini, and then we'll see in Google AI Studio how much. Well, we can't see how much it costs right away. That's the one thing I don't like with AI Studio is that there's a delay in the billing. It processes things, and then a day or two later, it'll show up in your account. So that's just a downfall with using Google AI Studio, which is why I'm probably going to prefer using Gemini. But if you want to pay for each track that that you're using, you can do that as well. I mean, this is an option. You can pay using Google Gemini, have a paid account there, or you can pay directly to Google and use AI Studio to generate the kind of music that you want and pretty much pay for each song, which I think is pretty interesting. So stand by, family. We'll get back to it right in a minute. So I linked an API key. You can see here they already have this sample track here, and it actually gives you a pro tip for the structure where you can add different things, details. But I actually want to go over this because it actually has the time frame down to the second for where certain things are happening. But there aren't any words here, so this is purely an instrumental. So we want to go ahead and generate that. You can see I just created my Lyra 3 Pro key. So we'll let it do its thing and then we'll tap back in and see how it sounds. Okay, so let's see what Google AI Studio came up with. So the reason why I let that song play is because unlike in the actual video, which showed how the structure, the intro, the verse, the chorus, the bridge, the chorus, outro, the kind of the structure that Lyria can understand. This is a whole entirely different structure for the instrumental. So I was reading to see if it was actually following along to these complex instructions right here. It did okay. I honestly didn't know that it could even do this. So this is something to consider with this tool right here, is that it can follow certain instructions in terms of how you want to drive your instrumental music as well. But while that was cooking, I already went over to Song AI Farm to get our country song ready to go. But it seemed like there was an issue, so let's go ahead and try again and see what happens. All right, fam, just got to be honest. I actually plugged the track both in Google AI Studio and here. It took 4 tries, so if you get some error messages with Gemini, sometimes you got to keep trying. They do check for copyright and things like that, but just got to be careful with that. So let's go ahead and see how it sounds here, a little bit here, and a little bit in Google AI Studio. So let's do it.
Red clay dust on these worn out boots. Follow me north, putting down new roots. Thought the big city lights held all the answers. Trading sweet tea for strangers' glances. Learned to talk fast, shed that southern drawl. Built up a wall, thought I had it all. But the silence up there, it cut so deep. Secrets the pine trees couldn't keep. Yeah, I chased a horizon I couldn't name. Ignored the whispers calling out my name. Cause an ambition whispered, you gotta leave. But home's a language my heart still weaves. And I'm heading back home to North Carolina, where the air is thick and the sun shines fine. This ain't running, this ain't defeat. This is coming back to my own 2 feet. Yeah, heading back home to North Carolina, where the porch lights glow with sweet designer. Found my compass, finally true, to North Carolina, to you. Snow kept falling, but
So this one didn't really give me too much of a video right here in terms of the image. Let's go ahead and go into Google AI Studio and see what they did with it here. Now, if you notice in Gemini, everything's polished. You get the video and things like that. Here, you only get to download the actual MP3. You see right there. But let's go ahead and see what they actually did with it. Let's do it.
red clay dust on these worn out boots. Follow me north, putting down new roots. Thought the big city lights held all the answers. Traded sweet tea for strangers' glances. Traded sweet tea for strangers' glances. Learned to talk fast, shed that southern drawl. Built up a wall, thought I had it all. But the silence up there, it cut so deep. Secrets the pine trees couldn't keep. Yeah, I chased a horizon I couldn't name. Ignore the whispers calling out my name. Cause ambush whispered, you gotta leave. But home's a language my heart still weaves. And I'm heading back home to North Carolina, where the air is thick and the sun shines finer. This ain't running, this ain't defeat. This is coming back to my own 2 feet. Yeah, heading back home to North Carolina, where the porch lights glow. A sweet designer, found my compass, finally true. Heading back home to North Carolina, to you.
See, this time it said designer here, but it said something here twice. I can't remember what it was. I think it's traded sweet tea for strangers' glances. So that was the only little glitch here. So it's hit or miss. AI isn't perfect. Nothing is perfect. But if you ask me, I actually prefer the Google AI Studio version. That's just me. But then again, you can regenerate here if you don't particularly like this song or this style of song. So you really got to be specific in your prompting. Now, I'm using the prompts out of Song AI Farm. They do have their own way of prompting, which I actually didn't look up because I'm just been kind of like testing out for it following the lyrics and everything closely, because it's great that it can generate music, but you want to be able to generate music that actually follows what you want it to say. And we've tested out both on Google AI Studio and in Gemini and seen that it can actually follow word for word as long as you have everything here versus It followed the pre-chorus, the chorus, the verse, the bridge. So we didn't listen to the entire song and see if it follows the final chorus and everything like that. I didn't want to make this extremely long video, but we tested out a kind of a poppy song. We tested out a country song. And I think lastly to close this video out, because it's about 20 minutes already, let's just test out maybe an R&B song. So we'll just do a smooth R&B song just to close it out. And then I'll just give you my final thoughts here. And now also in the link in the description, there'll be a way to actually get an invite to try out Google or Gemini rather for free, Gemini Pro. And there'll be a link in the description where you can figure out how to get access to that invite. So stay tuned, family. All right, family. So for this last one, I actually wanted to give myself a challenge. So this time it's a neo soul duet. And if you're familiar with AI music, duets are pretty tough to do, but let's go ahead and give it a challenge, see how it can do. And we're going to do this right inside of Gemini. So let's go ahead and get right to it.
Remember that old tree where we carved our names for everyone to see. Used to race our bikes down Maple Lane, shared a Coke, felt no shame, whispered every secret. Backpack heavy, dreams so light. Thought we had the whole world figured out under that street light. Shared a locker, walked to class, laughed until we cried, let the good times pass. Never saw the future, just the now. Didn't know back then somehow. Then graduation hit, the white caps flew. Promised we'd stay close, me and you. The state lines blurred, the calls got less. Chasing futures caught in the stress, yeah. Different cities, different faces. Tried to build new lives, new paces. Kept a photo faded, worn. Wonder you were since that morn. But oh, the long way home finally brought me back to the one who knew my story on this well-worn track. Years apart, searching everywhere, didn't know the love I needed was always standing there. Yeah, the long way home. Met someone new, thought that was it. Built a life bit by bit, but a certain lag pulled me back through all the haze. Saw your name across a crowded room. More than friendship, more than before. Standing at your open door. This connection, it's a different, far behind. Recognition in your eyes, a silent plea. Was it always you and me? We tried to be anyone else. Forgot the truth we told ourselves. That summer night beneath the stars, healing all our lonely scars. But oh, the long way home finally brought me back to the one who knew my story on this well-worn track. Searching everywhere, didn't know the love I needed was always standing there. Yeah, the long way home. All those wrong turns, lonely nights, searching for a spot, living different life. Years apart, searching everywhere, didn't know the love I needed was always standing there. This is the long way home, always standing there.
So yeah, I know the AI made some mistakes and things like that there, but just testing out the capabilities. So we do know that that 3 minute mark is pretty much a hard lock. So if you have long lyrics, sometimes the AI may skip over some lyrics and things like that. So that's just one thing to keep in mind when you're testing out this tool. Overall, my thoughts on this, it's pretty great if you're into AI music like I am. And you can now create music using Gemini or Google AI Studio if you don't want to pay a membership for Google Gemini. And then you can take that music for personal use, and I believe you can monetize that music as well. I'm going to play around with this some more. I may even try to monetize this music here on this channel. My channel also doubles as a artist channel. So we'll see how it goes with that. But I'm definitely loving this tool. And once again, just to close it out, I just find it funny that everything happening with OpenAI and then this news just drops. You can now create 3-minute tracks inside of Gemini and AI Studio. So Google's doing big things. If you're interested in trying out Gemini for free so you can actually play with this tool and use it to your benefit, there'll be a link in the description below for you to figure out how to do that. I have some codes that I plan on giving away to my subscribers. Just, to thank you for supporting and following me and just tapping in with me on the channel. But with that being said, I'm going to end the video right here. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell, it's simple. I'm going to catch you on the next video, family. But peace.
It ain't hard to tell.